Step right up and welcome to another exciting episode of Movie NP, the channel where I combine my 15 years of experience in psychiatry and my love of movies to reveal to you the life hacks hidden in these gems. No need to comb through hundreds of self help books, business books to learn how to be successful because I've done it all for you. So, without further ado, tonight's review and analysis will feature 10 Thanksgiving themed films, whether you know they are Thanksgiving movies or not, and give you one life hack hidden in each film. So, before we get started, I have to give you my usual disclaimer. What I am about to discuss is for general purposes only. It's not intended to diagnose or treat anyone's condition. Speak to your healthcare provider. Only you and your healthcare provider can determine the best course of action for you. Number 10, Tower Heist, 2011. Rated PG-13. It's 1 hour, 44 minutes long. Rotten Tomatoes rating of 67%. It's directed by Brett Ratner, stars Ben Stiller and Eddie Murphy. The plot: Josh Kovacs dedicated his career to managing a luxury apartment building in New York City. So when he discovers that his life savings has been swindled by one of the building's wealthy residents, he intends to get payback. Josh recruits a group of fellow employees who also had money taken from them in a petty ex-con slide to get their money back. The group plans a heist for Thanksgiving Day, and through the chaos of the Macy's Day Parade, hope to retrieve what has been taken from them. Where to watch? Amazon Prime Video, Fandango at Home, and Apple TV. Life hack here is learn a little bit about finances. The film centers around a Ponzi scheme. By knowing basic finance and investment principles, you can make smarter financial decisions and be more aware of potential scams. Being financially literate can also help you better protect your wealth. Unfortunately, these are not things that they teach us in high school, but they're more than happy to hand you a credit card as soon as you turn 18. Becoming financially literate is a skill you really have to make an effort to learn yourself. One resource is a little book called The Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Money and Investing. It was published in 1999. I know that sounds like ages ago, but it really is one of the best little books out there that I've ever read. It's easy to read and explains things very easily: basic finance, investing, how the markets work, and even how car insurance, house insurance works. It's very easy to understand terms. I'll provide the link below so you can find a copy for yourself. Number 9, Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, 1987. It's rated R, 1 hour, 33 minutes long. Rotten Tomatoes of 92%. I think this is the highest rating of all the films I'm going to review today. It's written and directed by John Hughes, stars Steve Martin and John Candy. The plot: when uptight ad executive Neil Page's flight home for Thanksgiving is thwarted by snowstorms, he is forced to bunk up with Del Griffith, a freewheeling, chatty shower curtain spring salesman. Together, the pair embark on a chaotic 3-day journey across the country using every mode of transportation available, including planes, trains, and automobiles. It's available on Amazon Prime Video, Fandango at Home, Paramount Plus, and Apple TV. Oh, and you youths today would know the remake of this film called Due Date. The life hack here is pack light and smart. Neil's troubles could have eased by lighter, more practical packing. Packing essentials in a carry-on for your business trips can save you time, reduce stress, help you be more adaptable if you need to change planes quickly. Number 8, Dutch, 1991. It's rated PG-13, 1 hour and 47 minutes long. Rotten Tomatoes rating of only 17%. It's directed by Peter Feynman, stars Ed O'Neill and Ethan Embry. The plot is: Dutch Dooley is a good-hearted working-class man. His patience is put to the test when his girlfriend asks him to pick up her snobby, rebellious son Doyle from his private school and bring him back home for Thanksgiving. Doyle wants nothing to do with his mom's new boyfriend, throwing the pair into a battle of wills as they make a hectic journey back home. Oh, and any kids struggling with that new stepdad, they should really check out this film. So, where to watch? I was only able to source it on DVD on Amazon.com, but it might be available on one of the streaming services. The life hack here is humor is a great de escalator. Dutch uses humor to diffuse tense moments and to connect with Doyle. It shows how a bit of lightheartedness can diffuse tension and make different situations easier to handle, whether you're dealing with family, colleagues, or even strangers. But humor doesn't stop there. Consider an article from Time that I'll post below. In the article, a study was performed regarding men meeting women. It suggested that men that were able to make women laugh received phone numbers 42.9% of the time and were refused 57.1% of the time. In comparison, men in the no humor condition who were unable to make women laugh were refused 84.6% of the time and were only accepted 15% of the time. In other words, men who were able to make a woman laugh were nearly 3 times as likely to receive a phone number than those who could not. Number 7, Addams Family Values, 1993. Rated PG-13, 1 hour, 34 minutes long, Rotten Tomatoes rating of 75%. It's directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, stars Angelica Houston, Raul Julia, and great Scott Christopher Lloyd. The plot: the Addams family welcomes a third child into the family. While Morticia and Gomez Addams celebrate their new son's arrival, Wednesday and Pugsley are less than pleased with their new sibling. Morticia and Gomez hire a nanny, Debbie Jelinski, to help with the new baby, but when Debbie seduces Uncle Fester, Wednesday suspects Debbie has nefarious intentions. Actually, she does. The film has the classic scene where, during a Thanksgiving reenactment play at summer camp, Wednesday dresses as an Indian, revolts, burns down the Pilgrim Village, and threatens to scalp Sarah Miller and burn her at the stake because the white man has stolen her land. Where to watch this is Amazon Prime Video, Fandango at Home, Paramount Plus, and Apple TV. The life hack here is teach kids independence early. The Addams family children, Wednesday and Pugsley, are encouraged to think for themselves, which makes them resilient and sharp. Teaching kids to be independent and to question things can foster confidence and critical thinking. In my practice, I've seen a lot of kids out there where their parents just won't let them grow up. This might be out of fear of their children getting hurt or because the parents themselves fear being abandoned. But this is the worst thing you can do as a parent. As a parent, we are obligated to raise strong children that will survive and flourish on their own. If you don't, then you just set them up for failure. Or worse, the parent dies, and now Junior is now 50 years old, completely alone, with no skills on how to survive. Look, I know the world's a scary place out there, but by overprotecting our kids, we do way more harm than good. Number 6, Thanksgiving. There will be no leftovers. This is rated R, 1 hour, 46 minutes long, Rotten Tomatoes rating of 84%. It's written and directed by Eli Roth, starring Patrick Dempsey and Ty Olsson. The plot: a year after Black Friday riot ends in tragedy, connection to a previous film, by the way, a mysterious Thanksgiving-inspired killer dressed as John Carver terrorizes Plymouth, Massachusetts, the birthplace of the holiday, killing residents off one by one in the over-the-top, outlandish ways. Are these random killings, or are they part of a larger, sinister holiday plan? I guess you'll need to watch it to find out. It's available to watch on Amazon Prime Video, Fandango at Home, Netflix, and Apple TV. The life hack here is stay aware in crowded spaces. The film's opening scene, an intense Black Friday shopping frenzy that turns deadly, serves as a stark reminder of the risks that can come with chaotic crowds. Staying calm, knowing the exits, and not getting swept into the frenzied activity can help in real-life crises. Number 5, The Wiz, 1978. It says rated G, 2 hours and 14 minutes too long, and rated Rotten Tomatoes rating of 47%. It's directed by Sidney Lumet and stars Diane Ross and Michael Jackson. The plot: 25-year-old kindergarten teacher Dorothy Bourne, raised and still working in Harlem, is celebrating Thanksgiving with her extended family. But she doesn't seem to be thankful for much. She lives a sheltered life and is shy and unfulfilled. When she gets caught in a snowstorm while chasing her dog Toto, they're transported to the mysterious land of Oz, where she's informed that only way she can find her way home is through the assistance of the powerful Wizard of Oz. It's available to watch on Amazon Prime Video and Fandango at home. Life hack here is take responsibility for happiness. Dorothy's journey to find home, quote unquote, suggests that happiness is often a matter of perspective. Rather than waiting for circumstances to change, look for ways to find contentment where you are and create joy in your own life. Remember, happiness is a choice, and so is misery. Number 4, Spider-Man, 2002. PG-13, 1 hour 56 minutes long. Rotten Tomatoes rating of 90%. It's directed by Sam Raimi of the Evil Dead fame. Stars Tobey Maguire and William Dafoe. After being bitten by a genetically altered spider, Peter Parker gains superhuman strength and spider-like abilities to cling to any surface. Following the murder of his Uncle Ben, not the rice guy, but a different Uncle Ben, he vows to use his ability to fight crime, not realizing he is running into a collision course with the father of his best friend. It's a Thanksgiving dinner where the Green Goblin realizes who Spider-Man really is. By the end of the film, Peter comes to understand and appreciate the insightful words of his beloved Uncle Ben. With great great power comes great responsibility. So some interesting trivia here is in this film, Peter builds his own web slingers. They're not an anatomical part of his body as in the other Spider-Man films. Life hack here is the importance of mentors. Uncle Ben and Aunt May provide critical guidance which shapes Peter's moral compass. Seek advice and learn from people with experience to navigate life's complexities. Look for mentors in your field or personal life who can offer valuable perspective. Look, all great men have had a mentor. Andrew Carnegie had a mentor, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tony Robbins, and yes, even President Trump. We don't gain success alone. I know people laugh at this idea today, but finding a mentor can be a game changer. Medical doctors do it all the time. It's just they call them fellowships because, they're fancy. Number 3, the Turkey Bowl, 2019. It's rated R, 2-hour runtime, no Rotten Tomatoes rating, but an IMDb rating of 5.4 out of 10. It's directed by Greg Coolidge, stars Ryan Hansen and Matt Jones. I know some of the folks that made this film, and it's become a holiday tradition for them to watch it every year. The plot: Patrick Hodges, a former small-town high school quarterback, now a high-powered Chicago businessman engaged to a politician's daughter, hasn't returned to his tiny Midwest town in years. But his old friends have lured him back for Thanksgiving to force him to finish the legendary Turkey Bowl, a football game that was snowed out 15 years earlier. Patrick must risk his future to lead his ragtag team against their bitter crosstown rivals, ultimately realizing how much he misses the simpler life and the girl that got away. It's available to watch on Amazon Prime and Peacock. The life hack here is emotional catharsis through activity. For the character, engaging in the intense football game is more than just physical challenge. It's a way to process old wounds and reframe past regrets. Taking on a physical or team-based challenge can help release emotions and bring closure to unresolved issues. We know the physical benefits of exercise, but there are just as many emotional benefits. In fact, studies show that those who exercise regularly are less anxious than those that don't. and those that exercise vigorously are less anxious than those that exercise at moderate levels. So do yourself a favor and futter whacking vigorously. Number 2, Miracle on 34th Street, 1947. Not one of those remakes. 1947, folks. It's rated G, 1 hour 36 minutes in length, and Rotten Tomatoes rating of 96%. It's directed by George Seaton, stars Edmund Gwynn and Maureen O'Hara. Although this is typically considered a Christmas movie, the opening scenes actually occur during the iconic Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. When the department store Santa they hire shows up drunk, the real Santa stands in as himself in the parade. However, Kris Kringle gets himself in trouble when he publicly claims to be the mythical holiday figure. The film poses some interesting questions related to mental health. Namely, does it really matter who someone thinks they are if it does not negatively impact them or those around them? I say no. In fact, the folks I know that are pleasantly delusional are far more happy than you or I. So I stand by the old age axiom, live and let die. It's available to watch on Amazon Prime, Fandango at Home, Apple TV, and Disney+. The life hack here is nurture a sense of wonder in children. Doris, a no-nonsense single mother, tries to raise her daughter Susan to be practical and skeptical. But as they encourage Kris, they learn to appreciate imagination and wonder. Encouraging children to dream and believe helps foster creativity, resilience, and joy. Look, most kids who struggle with mental health issues do so because of their parents. Little pictures have big ears. As parents, we have a responsibility to take care of what we say to our kids and help to prevent these generational traumas. It's time we break these cycles of destructive patterns. In fact, one of the most powerful tools we use in hypnotherapy is what's known as perfect parent imagery. What we do is, while under trance, we have the patient watch these past painful events, but this time, the second time through, is to view it as if the perfect parent was there to take care of them. Over a few sessions, this wires the brain and reduces the emotions associated with the trauma. And our number one Thanksgiving film, drumroll, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, 1973. It's rated G, runtime of 25 minutes, Rotten Tomato rating of 67%. Shame, 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 Rotten Tomatoes. This is a classic that should have a much higher rating. It's directed by Bill Melendez, stars voice actors Todd Barbie and Robin Cohn. The plot: Charlie Brown intends to spend Thanksgiving with his grandmother, but Peppermint Patty has different plans in mind and decides to invite herself and the rest of the Peanut crew to Chuck's home for Thanksgiving. Charlie stresses out over how to prepare a proper Thanksgiving meal because he has no cooking skills. But dun 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 dun, Snoopy to the rescue, and he makes the Thanksgiving dinner, even though his cooking repertoire is also limited. Dry cereal and toast, anyone? It's available to watch on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. The life hack here is set boundaries. Charlie Brown's kind-heartedness and inability to say no leads to him hosting Thanksgiving unexpectedly, even though he already had other plans. This reminds us of the importance of setting boundaries and communicating them kindly, especially during busy times. Learn to say no. To help you to learn to say no, we'll use it in a sentence. For example, your boss says to you, "Peter, looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately." And you respond, "You know, Bob, no, I wouldn't say I've been missing it." Well, that's it today, folks. Please click like and subscribe, share with a friend, comment below your thoughts. Let me know what you're struggling with and if there's a film you would like me to review. Join me next week. I'm planning to do a deeper dive into Heretic or Heretic, 220, 221, however the hell you pronounce this damn thing. I'm going to discuss the theology, the ideology, and the symbolism that's presented in the film much, much deeper. So pleasant nightmares, and remember, never give up, never surrender.